This is nearly here. You need a bath. Oh, I'm loving it. Oh. If you just class that as... Just to recap, it's the next morning. So on another video,
Cheryl made a good start in here last night. See, that's tidier. Anyway, we're measuring up for doors. Well, we'll see if we can get something done tonight after Cheryl finishes work, but that's a good start. So, Thursday. What I've got to do today, strangely, is get everything out of here, not my white dry unit, but everything else out of here, because I've got to get the bed out of the way, ready for measuring and cutting the headboard and lid. So I'm just going to get on with it quick. I don't want to, but it needs doing. Right, let's have a go. Right, I got the headboard fitted. You can see I've had to use white screw covers, but I'll get some brown. The other thing is I'm going to need some tape for the edge, you know, to edge the board. Anyway, I've cut the top, I'll go get that. That's what I mean by edging strip. You know, comes in lengths and just the long sides of the strip on. Now, see, I've got a gap there and I don't have it the other, but this at the moment is not level. Do that again. This at the moment is not level. So I'm going to shim that end, plan that in, because what I want to do is cover this white bit, shim the other end, and then what I can do is just level up this headboard a little bit so it meets a little bit better. Other than that, it's not bad, you know, it's fine. I do have a big gap down the back, but that's the wall, and you can actually look at the wall and see it's running out. It's not bad along here, but there is a gap. So yeah, I'll need to deal with that. Right, so I'm just putting some shims, them red ones. Just put a bit of decorator's coat, could I had it to hand. That'll just hold them shims in place. And I can push this top on, get it levelish. You know, not that worried. I know it's not like me, but it's fine. Right, shim in. So I don't want to run any screws into this top, so I've run liquid nails down that side and under here. Hope you can see that all the way along. That'll hold it, you know. Okay, I'm nearing the end of this. Well, I've got some beading to cut, which I'm not, you know, worried about, but yeah, okay. There you are then. I got a little strip bead to put in left and right of that headboard. That's okay, isn't it? Hey, Willow! Hello! I can be your bed if you want. There you go.
It's freezing.
Is she?
She was outside.
Oh, again. I left her outside again.
I thought I heard crying and I thought it's the neighbour's dog again. And I thought that doesn't sound like the neighbour's dog.
I'm sorry. So I go outside to do stuff. She follows me. I don't see her. And she got locked out. That's the third time. Sorry, Willow. What am I like? She's not, I mean, she's very little fair, so she gets cold. And it is cold today. Anyway, she's fine. So, next job in here is to put everything away under the bed. And then, of course, it needs decorating, but that's not on our priority at the minute, is it, babes?
No, priority at the minute is my dinner.
She wants a dinner. It's dinner time. Right, let's go. Get it done. Go, go, go. I'm sorry. So now that little room, I don't need decorating, as I said, but it is ready to put what we need to put in from storage. So I'm sorting out at the top of our wardrobe. Pulling boxes down. All sorts. Do you remember I mentioned Schwarzenegger's cat? It isn't, of course. It's there in a minute. I can always steady. There you go. There you go. Schrodinger's cat. That's what I was talking about earlier. Anyway, so finding all sorts from up the top of our wardrobe, including Cheryl's key of the door lock from when she was 18. There's even like a party popper there. Never been popped, as it were. Rolls of wallpaper. She might use that in her dressing room. That's the same as what's in front room. There's a good roll and a half. Yeah. So all this lot wants putting away properly. There's my box from my Breitling watch. Yeah. So I'll get this lot put away. You don't need to watch me do that. The main thing is that I've got up here to clear. Now you might be wondering why. What is it you're doing, Mike? Well, it is Thursday. The next good DIY day that we'll both have is fitting them doors. They're going on that big cupboard there, just as a reminder. And that's the next job. When that's done, Cheryl can decorate her dressing room however she wants. I've got to put that lighting away. Which means that the next big project will be our bedroom. And just a reminder, that ceiling, try and get a better shot. There, whoops, that ceiling has got to be repaired, which I'll do. Again, I'll have to go up in the loft and make sure it's all dry. But I've got to get this lot put away. out of our bedroom. It's all going to have to go in this back room. You know, the little spare room. But needs must. We've only got 3 bedrooms. So, yeah. Furniture can be moved about as we decorate, and my clothing and what have you. This is quite a big project, to be fair. This won't be done in a week. There's maybe 3 or 4 weeks working here. But we'll show you that when it comes to it. Right. Let's have a go. Yes, so I've got to rig up a bit of access so that I can batten out this wall. Here's not so bad, above the door and around the door. Put some timbers around that, across the ceiling. But to get to the other side, I need that access. I'll show you that. Now, I don't know if that's going to be on Fridays, because I don't know how much time I'll get. Yeah, we'll see. So that's that little front bedroom. I've just been able to put everything back in, quite tidy though. And I can get to stuff back in our bedroom. There's the tools, which I will put in front, the little front bedroom. And I've got it tidy-ish, you know. I've tidied up there. Yeah. So the main thing is to at least get this room ready. It'll be a while before I get round to this, because obviously I want to batten out that end wall first. I've got to get the battens on and then the plasterboard. It's that glass, you see. Absolute pain. But I'm going to batten round it, plasterboard over it, then it can be decorated. Okay. That's Thursday, about done. It's just getting dark. So there's Willow, laid with her mum, Cheryl of course. Comfy, aren't you? There's Cheryl.
She's hugging her blanket.
Yeah. So I've apologised for leaving her outside in the cold for 5 minutes. And I will
apologise profusely.
Oh well. She's alright. Right, so that was Thursday. We'll leave it there. Quite short video really. Friday, not quite sure what I'll do, but I think I'm going to batten out that wall that I've just been talking about. Say night-night, Willow.
Night-night, Willow.
Say night-night, Cheryl.
Night-night, Cheryl.
Right, we'll see you in morning. Bye for now.
This is nearly here. You need a bath. Oh, I'm loving it. Oh. If you just class that as... Just to recap, it's the next morning. So on another video,